From the classic Target books through the Virgin New Adventures, the 8th Doctor Adventures BBC books, and the modern new series Adventures books, there's been a lot of variation in book cover design of Doctor Who books over the years. But which one singular design is the fans' favourite? Well, now the people of Twitter have spoken and we have an answer. Over almost the last 2 years, the Twitter account Doctor Who Novels has been pitting cover against cover in various heats to whittle down the literally hundreds of Doctor Who novel covers down to just 2 for the very finale, which has literally just finished as we're recording today. We now know what the favourite Doctor Who book cover is, according to the people of Twitter. But before we get to that big reveal, I spoke earlier to Chris, who runs the account, all about the whole endeavour. So, Chris, thank you for coming on to talk about this little poll competition thing you've been running over the last 2 years almost, is it?
Nearly 2 years.
Did you think it would last this long when you started?
No. And I should have realised because of the amount of covers there are. And, you know, when you have your big spreadsheet and you sort of look at it and you think, well, yeah, this might take a while.
Yeah.
And a while.
What prompted you to start it in the first place?
Somebody suggested it to me. We'd run 2 other polls, and somebody, you know, it's so long ago, I can't actually remember who it was, sent me a message and said, why don't you run a covers contest? I thought, yeah, I suppose it could do. The nice thing about covers contest is you don't have to have read the book. You don't even have to be a doctor. You don't even have to be a Doctor Who fan. You can just go, I prefer that cover to that cover.
Yeah, you can do all the assessment just there and then, can't you? Because I've seen other people running. Somebody else is running a which Big Finish audio is better competition at the moment, and doing polls like that.
And funny enough, that was my suggestion to him.
Oh, was it?
because Escape from Traken is actually one of my best mates. So he was looking. So, Rich, why don't you just do the Big Finish ones? He went, oh, yeah, it's a great idea. So that one was actually my idea.
And I haven't, but with those ones, because I haven't listened to often the 2 that are pitted up against each other, I will have not listened to either of them or only listened to one of them. So I don't feel I can judge it, and therefore I don't necessarily vote. But what's good about having a covers competition is the stuff is there in front of you on the tweets. You can just look, and even if you've never seen that book before, even if it's the first time you've ever seen the cover, you can make a decision there and then. So that's what's quite good about it.
One of the things that we used to put in our tweets is basically no knowledge of the series required, no reading required, no knowledge of the series. Judge the book by its cover. So that was always quite a good little tagline, and I think that's why we can get the big numbers. So I'm very pleased with the way that's gone.
Do you think that people are being when they're voting, have you found from the comments and stuff that people are being very detached from it, or are people voting from I like this book and that's kind of influencing my decision? Or I have a nostalgia for this book?
Yeah, now you use the famous N word here, and I've always said anybody who tweets anything with the N word, with the nostalgia word in there, I will not retweet it. This is not a nostalgia contest. If they'd wanted a nostalgia contest, we'd have run a nostalgia contest. But this is purely based on which is the best cover, which one do you like the best, which has got the best artwork. But you're right. I'm sure they are voting on nostalgia. Pertwee's my favourite Doctor, so I'm voting for his books. I like this book, so I'm voting for it. Yeah, I'm sure there's a number of very, very different reasons that people are voting.
Do you think it was always inevitable that the finale would come down to 2 targets?
Yeah,
pretty
much. The stats kind of prove that, because all the way through, I've just kept a record of the average for each one, and the average for the targets are much higher than they are for the New Adventures, which are higher than they are for the BBC books, which are higher than they are for the new series adventures. So yeah, I would guess that my audience is probably people more of my age than of yours, young Phil.
What this must have taken a lot of planning and organization. And you mentioned spreadsheets earlier on. Do you have you've got spreadsheets? Do you have flow diagrams? Do you have charts? Like, is it like, you know, when you get the Football World Cup and you get that big thing that comes free in all the newspapers where you've got all of the lines that go down to the finale? Have you got something like that for this?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, the spreadsheet has acted as that with just to sort of describe it, it's like the first column is the line of games, then you've got the result, number of votes underneath, and then the next column is so much shorter because there's less games, and then so that's round 2, then round 3, quarter final, semi-final, final. So yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah. Now being an absolute football fanatic and football being my day job, it's been quite easy to combine the two.
Yes.
So I'm quite happy with that.
Oh, that's cool. Have there been any favorite moments of yours in the thing?
Yeah, there have. Poodlegate has got to be probably the ultimate one.
Yes, I contributed to Poodlegate. I was an advocate of the poodle.
Absolutely,
tweeting, trying to get it through as far as possible.
With Poodlegate, I mean, the actual cover itself, for those who don't know, is Mad Dogs and Englishmen, which is a very pink cover. And it's one of those Marmite covers. You either like it or you hate it. Now, it's only about 2 months ago I actually read the book. And I love Paul Marr's books anyway. So I thought, I've got to have a look what this is all about. And of course, I loved the book. I think the cover is just fun. It's just a funny cover. But some people really hate it.
Yeah.
And it was starting to become a little bit polarized in not a good way at times. And yeah, somebody came up with a comment that was accusing other people of voting just to annoy other people, and that all sort of kicked off a little bit. You don't want that. This is a fun this is a fun poll. It's a fun contest. Nobody's going to get elected to Parliament over it.
No.
So,
it is a fun cover, and that's why I like it. It's just a really fun, quirky, and original cover, which is why I was championing it. I quite like it. I'm not sure I would have put it through like against certain other covers that I like, but some of the ones I like didn't even get that far. So
I think what you're saying here is another good point in that it was capable of beating Attack of the Cybermen, for instance, which it did beat. But would it be then capable of beating Horrifying Rock? No, it wasn't. And I think that it found its level in the end, and I think that's good for the contest.
Yeah, absolutely. This whole thing has seemed to have inspired others, because there's a Twitter account currently, Doctor Who Home, who is doing Big Finish covers, a little poll of Big Finish covers now. I don't know if you've come across them yet, but so you've clearly inspired others.
I will look that up later, because that will be on probably the same idea.
But it's good that you've inspired other people to do similar things as well. Anybody who already follows you on Twitter will already by now know who has won out of the finale. But for those that haven't, would you like to now announce who has won the cover competition?
Okay, drum roll. The winner, the overall winner, is the competition favourite, the one that I marked out that would probably win in about 18 months ago. But congratulations to Death to the Daleks.
Yay, Death to the Daleks.
That is the ultimate fan cover.
That one was kind of early on, because you did this one for 2 days, didn't you? The poll, where it was usually there just one day. I noticed earlier on it was quite neck and neck for quite a while. In fact, at one point the other one was in the lead, and it's only sort of today that it kind of the gap widened and Death to the Daleks really took the lead.
Yeah. It's been once it stretches out to about 10%, then you can be pretty much sure which one is going to win. So it was kind of inevitable. I think it's just a really popular cover with the fans. They all seem to love it. I would say, from my own point of view, I think it's a bit cartoony. I think it's a bit of a cover. I wouldn't vote for it.
No,
But
well, in the finale, I did not vote for it, but
did you go Ghostlight?
I did go Ghostlight. So what's next? What's next for the account now you finished this mammoth 2-year thing?
Well, the next thing that's coming up is going to be what I call the World Cup. And we are not the only country that's issued Doctor Who books. There are some interesting covers from across the globe. And that's what we're going to be looking at next, is anything that doesn't use the UK issued cover. So we've got lots of covers from Portugal, United States, Japan. Germany's got a couple to go into it. And I think for the last count, there's 41 covers that we're going to look at during our World Cup.
Okay, so this should be a slightly shorter competition then.
Oh, it'll be a lot shorter.
Shouldn't last anywhere near as long. There was, because you were tweeting out some of these covers throughout this competition as well, weren't you? Just like as like, oh, by the way, this is what the cover was in Germany or whatever. I can't remember which one it was, but there was a really weird one that was like nothing to do with the story. I can't remember what it was now. And I remember
that would be Japan, because most of their covers are nothing to do with what you'd see on screen. But they're bizarre. They've been painted by somebody who's not seen the program.
Yeah.
Really bizarre. You love it.
Looking forward to that then, and judging some more covers. Chris, thank you for coming on and talking about that. I've really enjoyed voting on this the last however long I've been since I found it. And yeah, looking forward to voting on the foreign covers as well.
And thanks for supporting it, because without people like you supporting it, it would have been a bit of a slog. But having a load of people behind it and enjoying it and commenting, and that's what I've loved about it, is the comments, the friends I've kind of made through it as well. Ian Cartoons doing his little cartoons for some of our contests. It's just been absolutely brilliant. So thank you all. Thank you very much. And through you, thank you, everybody who's watching this that's actually voted as well.
Great. Don't forget to go, and if you're not already, follow what is the actual @ because obviously it's Doctor Who Twitter is the name that comes up. I forgot to look what the actual @ was.
It's just very simple, Doctor Who Novels. That's capital D Doctor, capital W Who, capital N Novels. And I say that because there's actually a DR Who Novels. But we're nothing to do with each other, although we do follow each other. So.
I will put it in the description in the video down below as well. So.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
All right, Phil, you take care, mate.
Cheers.
So there we go. The winner of the competition is an exploding Dalek. Very vibrant, I will admit. Though personally, I would have gone for the poodle. Okay, maybe the poodle isn't my favourite, but I was rooting for the poodle along the way, just because it's so wacky. Look, what was your favourite cover design out of all of the Doctor Who books? If this wasn't it, what would you have picked out of these two? Did you vote for this one? But if not, what's your favourite Doctor Who cover overall out of everyone you've seen? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Do like, share, subscribe. I've got all of lots of geeky pop culture stuff, not just Doctor Who on this channel. So we talk about Star Trek, the MCU, Red Dwarf as well. So do check out the channel, hit subscribe if you like any of that sort of stuff. And also don't forget to go, if you haven't already, follow Doctor Who Novels on Twitter. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon for another video. Bye bye.